Attempted bank robbery. Fiber internet. Sundays we'll be having free bus rides. And what would you do with $1 million? That is a question that we all love to answer one of these days. Space race is in effect, and the Milwaukee Bucks did win the NBA championship. It is 7:02 Wednesday, July 21st. My name is Frank Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Today is going to be rainy. We did have some showers late last night. It is forecast for us to receive more rain today. City of Brownsville is set to be a hot day at 92. South Padre Island, the Cabrera Boys is at 86. Harlingen is at 91. And McAllen is at also at 91. Um, we should be receiving some showers in the afternoon between 1 and 5 later today. Tomorrow, Thursday, we have a 30% chance of rain. We have been getting several rain this past couple of weeks, it seems. Um, with rain comes with rain comes mosquitoes, of course. So we should be expecting rain today and tomorrow for our friends that might be wanting to go out to the island today or tomorrow. Just something to keep in mind. Also, very very quickly, it is important for us to support the Boca Chica Beach Legends and their fishing tournament. It's set for this Saturday at 6 p.m. They do have $4,500 in cash payouts. They will be having also a beach cleanup that will also provide prizes for individuals that return bags with trash. The Boca Chica Beach Legends is a great organization that always gives back to our community. So we should do as much as possible to support as much as possible. Why didn't it go to Game 7? Oh, that's a good question. I personally thought, um, Ernesto, that it was going to go to Game 7. I felt it was one of those games where the NBA was going to make more money, obviously, marketing, uh, commercials, sales, ticket sales. I was hoping that the Suns would take it to Game 7. Unfortunately, the Bucks did win the NBA championship, but nonetheless, it was a great series. Um, just my team didn't win, unfortunately. Who are you going for? Who you going for, bro? Um, Nice to hear from you. Nice seeing you, man. Um, Local news: the city of Brownsville yesterday um, had an attempted or a bank robbery. Yesterday, we heard how an individual had a string of robberies in our city of Brownsville. He started off at Stripes, made his way to IBC Bank on Central, and it got me thinking. Uh, the only other bank robbery that I could think of in our area within the past couple of years has been the bank robbery downtown at Compass Bank at the BBVA. Um, that is the only one that I can remember in recent times. Um, and this got me thinking: can we actually get away with a bank robbery in today's world of technology, having cameras, everybody having access to their phones nowadays? It doesn't make any sense. I've also heard of people who have held up those banks inside the WalMarts or inside the HEB. I think those are one of the worst places that you could attempt something like this. Um, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We are no longer in the days of Billy the Kid in the Wild West, where it was a common occurrence to do bank robberies. It was so easy for them back in the day to do so. With this individual, and it seems Without accusing anybody, of course, we don't have all the facts in front of us. But it seems as if this was just a binge that this individual was going through. He did, he did go to the Stripes and ask for a couple bucks. He did cross the street um, and demanded money from the teller. It just so happens that this individual ended up going back to a local motel, Siesta Inn, which is located literally down the street from this IBC bank. And it just got me thinking, would any rational person attempt to do something like this? Obviously, the answer is no. Somebody in their right mind, in their five senses, would not do something like this. Why are you going to risk your life for 10 plus years for a couple bucks? But it does seem that this individual was either trying to get a fix or trying to buy something, since he was located at one of those hotels. Um, and also, how scary it must be for the teller, for the bank employees who witnessed that. Um, it is never pleasant to have, for a person to be either assaulted, threatened, or harmed in their place of work. We feel for these employees who I'm sure is going to take some time to get used to it. They We have heard about PTSD with our veterans, of course, but also from individuals that either go through a traumatic experience, such as this. So our hearts go out to these individuals. It is a very, very scary feeling. I can imagine whenever you feel threatened, whenever there is a possibility that your life could be at risk. There is no telling what a person can do, and as a teller, you don't know, you know, is that person being honest? Do they really have a gun, a weapon to hurt me? So it just goes to show, the mentality behind this bank robbery. And again, unless we're doing it like that movie, The Inside Job, or The Inside Man with Denzel Washington, where the guy hides inside the bank, waits until uh, everybody is in there during the day to make his getaway. But nowadays, there is no way we could rob banks. Again, we're living in a technological society where there's cameras everywhere. The city of Brownsville, Juan Montoya did post that the city of Brownsville has spent over close to $500,000 on cameras. And again, we're all on our phones every day and able to snap a picture of license plates, the description of the individual in question. So, a failed attempt of evading captors for this individual. But again, we do feel as if this was an individual who might have been on a binge, who was trying to score a couple bucks because he did not get far. He was apprehended at a local motel here in our city. Uh, the press release did not issue a name, did not declare a name uh, for this individual, but they did mention that he was taken to the local hospital. Uh, was that because of an altercation, or was that because that he might have been under the influence of some narcotic, or maybe alcohol? Uh, so interesting to note, but unfortunate situation for IBC employees who witnessed that. Should So I shouldn't go rob a bank? No, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You have a heart? I think so. I hope so. Um, I'd like to think so. I do have some feelings. I try my best not to get caught up in a lot of things. I try to have a shield uh, whenever emotions get in the way. But I'm not the Tin Man. I do have a heart somewhere. Modern day criminals can be found in school boards, city employees, and other high paying jobs. Their weapon of choice, a laptop. Ouch. I'm not arguing with you. Taken to the hospital because the lady who ran into the apartment. Taken to the hospital because of the lady who ran into the apartment. I'm not sure. Was there somebody that ran into an apartment? I know we'll be discussing later about the car crash in Sunrise Mall, and just seeing the clip from that is very very scary. We'll be talking about that momentarily, um, as we get to that segment. Also, Mayor Trey Mendez did announce that the city commission did vote unanimously to approve the $19.5 million from the American Rescue Plan from the federal government to make the city of Brownsville a smart city. They will be installing broadband fiber internet in our city, which is a great way for us to become an integrated technological advanced city. We have seen how throughout the history of time we have gone from dial-up to Roadrunner high speed, and now we're at a stage where it's going to be even faster. My friend in Austin currently has fiber internet. It's a 1 gig or 2 gig, if I'm not mistaken. And what he tells me is that the quality is just way better, superior to what we're used to. So this is a great way for the city of Brownsville to get connected, um, and this could help us out in so many ways. It could help us attract big businesses who are looking for a city with the proper infrastructure of having broadband, high speed broadband, um, in our local area. Also, for us residents, when we're out in the city, it could help us order food faster. It could help us, um, if we're ever in an emergency, uh, connect with connect with emergency services. It just encompasses a lot of things. It helps us even apply for jobs. Everybody's not is not as fortunate to have internet at their homes now. Nowadays, it's a necessity. When I was growing up, when my grandfather first got Roadrunner, it was a luxury. It was like, wow, you have high speed Roadrunner internet. Um, you know, moving on up from the dial up. Um, so fiber internet is great for the city of Brownsville. Again, we are receiving federal money from the American Rescue Plan. It is going to be 95 miles of underground fiber that will be provided internet to the city buildings, Brownsville PUB infrastructure. Uh, we did speak about previously on the city of Harlingen how their parks do provide internet for their residents. And again, I think it's a great way for us citizens to take advantage of it of this initiative. It is a great way for us to stay in communication, but more importantly, I see it more as a way of us to apply for jobs, make sure we're connected, uh, work on a resume. We're able to search templates and work on a resume. There's so much things that we can do with this service. So it's a great initiative that the city of Brownsville took. This is a long time coming. Again, we hope that this is done with the best interest of the citizens of Brownsville, and I think this is a great way for us to stay connected as much as possible. Uh, the lady who ran into the apartment complex off of Price Road. The last time I saw something Price, I'm thinking about toucans. I can't think about it, Erasmo, in my head of that lady that ran into the apartment. What I'm thinking about is toucans. A couple, maybe a month ago. That's the only thing I could think of. I can't think of a woman who ran into some sort of apartments. Again, you are Mr. Brownsville's news, so you would know. But I don't. I can't get that mental image of that incident. Yee yee. Good morning, Victor. How's it going, my man? This is one of my favorite Marines. I have three favorite Marines. Figueroa, four. Figueroa, uh, Quesada, Frank Quesada, Victor Quesada, and my boy Eddie Polanco. Good morning, Mr. Quesada. If we want to make our city smart, we should vote smart. Hey, you're onto something. Good. No, my call. Good. No, my Call of Duty won't lag. And that's another thing. One thing that I've been seeing a lot is how individuals have been making their money off of gaming. And who would have thought? That's a good point, Vic. Thank you for bringing it up. Because remember, all our parents and even our teachers would tell us, or would tell the students, quit playing those video games. You're not going to get nowhere in life with that. And look what we are seeing. We're seeing young entrepreneurs, young kids, young students that are going into uh, actively playing Minecraft, um, which is a great engineering, city planning form of gaming. And individuals now they could make money off of streaming online. There's nothing. There's also YouTube. You know, if you have a lot of content, a lot of subscribers, a lot of viewers, you get paid for that. So I agree with you, Victor, and I didn't think of this off the top of my head, and you make a very good point. Now with the fiber internet, we will also be providing this opportunity for individuals to stream the way we're doing it right now. Try to get the viewers up. On YouTube, you get paid for viewership, which is great, which is phenomenal. So hopefully this could be used to our advantage. The city of Brownsville is doing their part. Now we got to do our part. So encourage your kids to stream their games as much as possible. I think that's a great way for them to earn a couple bucks in the long run. I understood you, brother. Thank you. Good morning, Pepper and Patty. Passed away to jail yet? Yes, that wasn't Price though. That was um, I know those apartments. They're by the Brandywine. Um, it's not Price though. Is it Price? Yes. Now that you say it, yes. I'm thinking Price, like Price, the Glass Palace. That's not Price, is it? That's kind of close to Price, if I'm not mistaken. Yee. Hope you have a good day, my man. Shouts out to the SO department and all the great men and women that are protecting us. Oh gosh, yes, that was bad. Lady passed away. She was driving recklessly around town with two kids. Ah, yes, I do remember. I guess it is a Price Road exit. Oops, not very good directions, even though there's 5 or 6 exits in the city of Brownsville. No, Frankie, off Price. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Raymond. How's it going? Haven't seen you soon. I know you're busy planning your daughter's quinceañera. Looking forward to that. Thank you once again for your friendship, my man. Good morning, Kat. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Price exit. Okay, Price exit. The city of Brownsville did announce, Mayor for the city of Brownsville did announce that this Sunday uh, he invites the city to celebrate the city of Brownsville as they will be having Sundays as a day for allowing its residents to use our Brownsville Metro. So this Sunday, July 25th, there will be giveaways, music from 8 to 10, and the Sunday service that the Brownsville Metro will be in operation would be from 9 a.m. To 6 p.m. And this is great for our individuals who use this service. One thing that I do want to bring up, and I know it's going to be met with some sort of criticism, but we need to focus on our local infrastructure. We are supportive of the city of Brownsville having um, the Brownsville Metro be in operations on Sunday because it's very important. People go to church. People like to go out to eat on Sundays. Others like to relax, but we're giving the citizens of Brownsville that opportunity that if they do need the services of the Metro, they can be used. And this is a great initiative, and we support it 100%. What we would like for our city commissioners and our mayor and our city manager to address is the issue of our bus stops. We have seen how our bus stops have been neglected. And again, we understand that money is tight right now, but maybe with the money that was allocated to us from the American Rescue Plan from the federal government, we could use these funds to take care of our residents. Again, we have a large population of our citizens of Brownsville who use our metro system on a daily basis. The least we can do is try to give them shelter, try to give them shade. Uh, it's hot out there. It's extremely hot. We are living in different times. And it's unfortunate that these individuals who do use the bus stop um, are waiting out in the sun. Um, we, we were supportive of the initiative taken by uh, Brownsville leadership. We would, encourage them to pay a little bit more attention to our shelter, to at our bus stops. I think that's a great way for us to address a very pressing need that we have in our local area. Supposedly, we're expecting more rain that equals more mosquitoes. Yes, Steamboat, we are expected some more rain today in the afternoon. So we hope our residents are safe on the drive out there today. Buenos días, Dios contigo. Igualmente, señor Hernández, muchas gracias por estar aquí entre nosotros, por su tiempo. Esperamos que tenga un lindo miércoles. Ah, que pase buen día. Gracias por su comentario y gracias por estar aquí entre nosotros. Que pase buen día. Yesterday, the citizens of Brownsville also experienced something very, very scary at the Sunrise Ball. We saw how there was a car accident at the Adolios area of the mall. And the scary thing is that right now during the summer, we are having a lot of teenagers, a lot of traffic at the mall because it's the mall. It's the only thing to do. Again, we often go to the mall to go eat at the food court. We like the Italian pizza place, and of course, I always have to stop by Chick-fil-A and the Chinese gourmet that we have there. And this incident here, right now, that we're about to watch, is a very, very scary situation. Usually, and for the most part, when individuals go to the mall, sometimes they leave their kids inside the car. They'll leave the car on with their AC. Uh, they say, "Oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a few things," and they leave their loved ones in the vehicle. Well, the scary thing about this is that there was an individual who we still don't know. Chinese gourmet. Hey, I'm trying to fluff it up. I'm trying to promote Brownsville as much as possible. To me, it's gourmet, bro. um, I lost my train of thought. um, the scary thing is that parents go into the store, they leave their loved ones in there. We have yet to receive information whether this individual that did cause this wreck, whether he was did he have a stroke, did he have a heart attack, was he under some sort of prescription that caused him to veer into these vehicles? Were they under the influence of some sort of narcotic, of some sort of alcohol? Uh, I haven't gotten any information on that. The only thing that I have received was that, oh yeah, we saw them driving down the road. But again, very, very scary situation that we see here. And just look at the pileup. Look at the wreckage. Uh, there's three, four, five, six cars that were destroyed, and it's unfortunate that yes, Peppermint Patty, it was a any follow up on the man in that white car causing the havoc. I haven't been able to get any information. I will be asking Mr. Erasmo Castro later on today whether he had any information. This is the vehicle. This is the vehicle in question. It is a white SUV, and um, by the looks of it, it was pretty bad. Again, it's very, very scary, and then for them to take off and hit and run is even worse. Again, we don't know the circumstances in this situation. We hope that it was somebody in distress, somebody that um, was out of their capacity, mental capacity, was not able to, you know, to save himself from the wreckage. But it's also very alarming whenever we see an individual who did hit several cars, did cause an accident, and then we see him here taking off, and look at the condition of the vehicle. It's just sad. But again, we hope that this individual, um, if they did have any medical condition, it was addressed. But it just doesn't look good whenever you see them drive off like that. It just makes you question whether they have something to hide. The mall must have cameras outside. They caught this, yes. And one thing that people were asking was if a license plate was taken down. We hope that this information was provided to our local authorities. That way they can address the situation, hopefully provide medical attention to this individual and the other individuals that were caught up in this accident. Why is it always white SUVs? It's a white thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. We hope it was someone in distress. We hope it was someone in distress and not under the influence. And that probably came out wrong. But I would rather have somebody not willingly cause this accident. Again, we wish that this would have never happened. But it would be unfortunate if somebody was under the influence of a narcotic, of alcohol, and caused this. I would feel again, it's a bad situation either way. We feel for this individual if they were in distress. We feel for them, and we hope that they get the medical attention that they need. But that kind of came now that you're saying it as well. Now it kind of makes sense. It sounds bad, but I prefer that this individual was in distress rather than being under the influence, because then that means that they deliberately put themselves out uh, with the potential of risking our residents. It may be a sly insurance company trying to increase policy. I hope not. I really hope not. I tried to wave him down and tell him about the damage, but he didn't even acknowledge me. Again, it makes us wonder. Makes us wonder um, of their capacity. The city of Harlingen did announce that they will be having nonstop flights to Las Vegas with Frontier Airlines starting September the 21st. And this got me thinking of, for our city. Um, McAllen and Harlingen, as of right now, have been the leaders of aviation. They have been able to bring competitive flights to our local area. The city of Harlingen does have flights to Monterrey, which is at $79, if I'm not mistaken. They do have competitive rates to many important destinations, any very important destinations that we like to travel to. So we do have a promising airport that was just recently renovated, but we just don't seem to have any folks in there. So we hope that with the new touch up that our airport has received and the millions of dollars that we've invested, that we're able to provide our residents with competitive flights, competitive rates to these destination areas. That way we can get the city of Brownsville uh, an increase in tourism, an increase in sales. It just encompasses a lot of things. So we hope that we're able to see this very, very soon. What would you do with $1 million? Would you go crazy? Would you get lost? Well, $1 million ticket was sold in Port Isabel in the Laguna Heights area on Highway 100. And this was off of a $50 the ticket, that 200 times the cash is the name of the scratch off. And this got me thinking, $1 million isn't what it used to be. Um, Now with inflation, with taxes, you'll be lucky to walk away with $650,000 after it's all said and done. You got to pay for your attorney. You got to pay the 33% that the federal government uh, takes away. With $1 million, buy a Frankie camera. Yo soy pobre. I'm using a flip phone camera. I do need to upgrade. So thank you, Erasmo, for bringing that to my attention and reminding me that I'm poor. Um, but would you quit your work for $1 million if you wanted? Would you call up your boss and say, "Hey, I'm out of here. I just want $1 million"? I personally wouldn't. $1 million isn't what it used to be. Don't get me wrong, $1 million is life changing. It is a lot of money. But nowadays, how we previously spoke about inflation rising 4 to 6% recently, it won't take us far. Back in the 70s, 80s, even, maybe even the 90s, $1 million was a lot of money. Nowadays, it would individuals are quick to buy houses, which right now a nice decent home would run you anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000. People buy cars. People buy a bunch of expensive toys that they really shouldn't. So the $1 million goes by very very quickly. But it would be a nice thing to scratch off and see yourself as a millionaire on paper. I personally don't buy lottery tickets. I'd rather invest in stocks in cryptocurrency. Mark Cuban did say that cryptocurrency is better than buying a lotto ticket. Um, Whenever I've seen individuals buy lotto tickets, I only see them win 20, 40, $60, $100 at the most. But congratulations to this individual. I'm sure they're going to get calls about them being family members of theirs, and if they can help them out. In national news, the space race. We've been talking about this for quite some time now, regarding the three billionaires that have been on a quest to have commercial air flights to outer space. Yesterday, we saw Amazon's owner, Jeff Bezos, and three individuals that also accompanied him: his brother, an 18-year-old, and an 82-year-old former astronaut. And they made history. They were the youngest and the oldest to be in outer space, which is a great accomplishment. And we previously spoke about how this flight, Blue Origin, they flew out of Texas, out of Corn Ranch, Van Horn, Texas. So Texas was part of this amazing accomplishment. And we have previously spoken, and this is the liftoff. We have previously spoken about how the three richest men in the world, Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, have the ability to make a dent in world hunger. Morning, Joe. They have the ability to make a dent in world hunger and also address homelessness, but they are focusing on outer space. And my question to our community is: should we focus on the future, on 100 years from now, on trying to make space exploration a common thing, the way we can purchase airline tickets here to fly anywhere in the world, or should we focus on addressing our homelessness? $28 million could help provide medications for the sick or help food pantries. I agree. And $28 million was the winning bid for uh, for going into space. Jeff Bezos did auction off this ticket. Thank you, Cindy, for bringing that up. He did auction off this ticket. The individual that purchased that wasn't able to go for a conflicting schedule, so the 18-year-old ended up going in his place. But I do agree with you. $28 million could provide a lot of medication for the sick and help out a large amount of individuals who suffer from hunger. $1 million not even cover. That's because the PUB is getting out of hand. $1 million, yeah, no, is not. I'd rather invest, and once it triples, I'll retire. I agree. I think that's something that I would do. Um, Again, it is a lot of money, but it's not what it once was. Um, Sports. Yesterday, we had the Milwaukee Bucks win the NBA championship. We saw how they prevailed and beat the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. 105 to 98 was the final score. Giannis Antetokounmpo did score 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. It is very, very impressive to see him grow as a player, and he is the first person who has ever won the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP. And he's only 26, 27 years old. That's very, very, very impressive. Another thing was even more impressive is the way he did it. Um, we saw how he did it without joining a super team. And he goes on to say, I could go to a super team and just do my part and win a championship. But this is the hard way to do it, and this is the way to do it. And we did it. we did it. This could be a jab to LeBron James, who have previously bounced around the league in his quest for a championship when he went to Miami, when he went to Cleveland, and then when he went to the Los Angeles Lakers. And he always needs several good players with him wherever he goes. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the exception. He did it on his own terms. He won a championship without a super team, and that is a great accomplishment for him. Also, pretty cool thing is that now him and his brothers are NBA champions. Yes, one of his brothers plays for the Los Angeles Lakers, and last year they won the championship at the bubble, and now him and his other brother won the championship with the Bucks. So three Antetokounmpo brothers are now NBA champions. Could just imagine how the mother and family are in joy this morning for their children's accomplishments. 65,000 fans outside celebrating baseball, many with no mask. Let's see, 14 days from now, having many having regrets. Just my opinion. That's just something that we're going to talk about on Friday, Cindy. We have been seeing how the Delta variant numbers have been increasing here in our local area. We are monitoring the Olympic Games in Tokyo. There's a possibility that they might get canceled. There have been athletes who have been testing positive, there is that uncertainty of that. But again, have we relaxed on the mask on gathering in large areas, such as the example given here by Cindy, where 65,000 people are in attendance of a basketball game? It just makes you wonder. Again, Japan is in a state of emergency. Australia is also shutting down. Uh, California, they're implementing the use of masks again. Is this something that we're going back into this hole that we found ourselves in this past year? It remains to be seen. But thank you for bringing that up, Cindy. I will be talking a little bit more about that on Friday. So tune in on Friday at 7 a.m. My time is done. I am 9 minutes past my allocated spot. I do hear screaming in my ear from the network. Hope you have a good Wednesday. It is supposed to rain. Um, Hope you all have a great, great day. See you Friday at 7 a.m.